Hello, my dear Age of Empires friends. How do you say you are? Today I'm very happy because we have with me the one that I think is the best player in Age of Empires history, a complete monster that has been playing at the highest level of Age of Empires over 20 years. Welcome, Daut, and thank you very much for the interview.
Hello. Glad to be here, and please continue those. I like how you speak.
Okay, so first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself. What's your name? How old you are? How long have you playing Age of Empires? And anything you want to add.
My name is Darko Dautovic. I'm from Serbia, Belgrade. I'm 37 now. Yeah, 37 years old. Playing for I think 22 years now. Maybe even 23. When I was 14, I started. So yeah, getting closer to 23 years. Quite a lot.
Oh, yes, that's actually a lot. Was Age of Empires always your preferred game, or what other games did you play?
Well, I played obviously a lot of different games when I was a kid, but strategy games were always my favorite ones. Like first, I think Warcraft 2 was like the game that took my attention. Then Heroes of Might and Magic 3, right? And Age of Empires 1. Once I saw that, I fell in love in that. Like I was a big fan of the history and such, so that game blew up my mind. And as soon as I saw AV2 getting out with the castles and all those beautiful history, I was hooked up.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So you've been at the top for in Age of Empires for over 20 years. What is the hardest part of staying in shape after so many years of being at the top?
Working hard, obviously working very hard. Obviously, I'm kidding. I mean, it's a part, obviously, you have to be always around, but I guess just something clicked with me in Age of Empires. I don't need to play a lot to be at a decent shape, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, I cannot compete always at the top if I'm not super active, but I will always be around at least top 20. Think the game and me click quite well. And
okay.
Also, it definitely helps that I'm always been part of one of the best teams, right? Mm-hmm. Like Tyrant Days, Team Secret, and now GL, where I have quite a good players as teammates and to support me, help me.
Of course, yes. So what changes in your mindset from a time where you were clearly the best in the world and had one major opponent, so Chris, and now where many players are fighting for number one? What changes the most?
Back in those days, the game was not professional. Like, there was no money, only maybe a couple $100 tournament. It was more about proving yourself to others and yourself. It was not about earning money. It was not about... It was all about prestige, right? I wanted to be the best. And it was more amateur. There was no professional players. We were all a bit younger, right? High school and such. Mm-hmm. But basically, we just played because we enjoyed. And like record games and ELO was the most important things. And now it's a different story. Now, obviously, it kicked in the sponsors. The prize pools are amazing, right? We are now about to play like $500,000 tournament. Mm-hmm. And that attracts a lot more players. And it's now on more professional level, obviously. Like Game Legion will go soon and travel to Berlin for like 2 weeks to just fully dedicate practice. And that's something I couldn't imagine in all days. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's now you need to work hard to be
of course.
Now you need to work hard.
Yes. Okay, so in that line, before there were not many recorded games, perhaps also because it wasn't such a professional thing. So stream was nothing at all. It was a different time. How was your transition from a more mysterious Daut that not many people knew to a more mainstream chill Daut that has his face revealed and likes to talk with the community?
Well, I was always more or less chill. Like now I also don't care about those small drama things or to answer something that's not interesting to me and such. But now when you're like streaming publicly and people ask you, you kind of have to give your feedback and opinion. And even there, I believe I'm like more chill, like, okay, there's drama and such, but not my place to say, and I believe people like that attitude as well. Mm-hmm. But back before I didn't stream, people didn't know my attitude. It was just, I don't care, but people don't know that I don't care. Now they see it. Mm-hmm. So I guess, and also like when I started streaming, like I was way more shy. Like I didn't know how to interact with people. Mm-hmm. My English, I was not confident in that at all. So streaming also helped me quite a bit to open as a person as well. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. It's good to hear that something that Age of Empires related made you good to your life as well. You took something for that. That's very nice to hear. Yep. So what is the thing that changed the most from Age of Empires in 2001, where you played a final against Chris in Black Forest, and 2022, where we have a 200K tournament LAN in Germany? What is the most that changed from one time to the other?
Prize pool, obviously. Well, obviously now it's way more professional. Like I said, the sponsors are attracted now. Back in those days, we just wanted to prove each other. Like when you are in the school and you want to be best in the school, the community is way smaller and maybe even more attached together. But obviously, I think Age of Empires 2 community is still quite amazing and quite supportive to each other. That hopefully we can keep that up even now in the professional times. That we still have each other back, right? That's something I think is the best part of this community, and everybody sees that right away. And that's why we stay alive even through the quite tough times, right? When Microsoft Zone shut down, Wobbly shut down. Well, didn't shut down, but Gamer Legion shut down. Transition from the Wobbly to the was also quite scary times, right? But community, I think we are more mature people, right?
Of course.
The players here are a bit older, the game is older. And I absolutely love that. Now, that was absolutely not a question, so I have no clue about what was the question again.
The question is actually what changed the most in Age of Empires 2001 to 2022. I loved your answer, though. It didn't have nothing to do with the question. That's okay. It was not very question related, but I just loved it. So about the, I guess the question was very open in your defense. I was questioning myself more in regard of metagame. Is this ceiling of the level just too high, or is it already found in 2022? In 2001, the metagame was absolutely different, right? And it wasn't just as discovered as today.
Well, we received a lot of ballot patches. We received a lot of DLC as well. Like back in the days, it was just Hans War, and somebody joined your game, they want to play Hans War as well. Like I remember when I got a bit bored of the Hans War and started playing random or Aztecs, people didn't want to play that. It was like Daut, be man and pick Hans.
Yes.
Like people wanted to play Hans.
I remember that.
And now it's other way around. Now if you pick Civ, you're kind of, come on, play random.
Yes.
Who picks this?
Is that better?
Absolutely changed. I am still don't like when anything is enforced with you.
Okay.
Like, if you like to pick Civ, pick Civ. If you like random, pick random. Should not be enforced one way or another. Like it's your time, your way to spend the game and enjoy. Pick whatever you want or go random, but don't force others to do the same way you do it, or it's like bad. You just like people choose different way to enjoy the game.
That's a very good question. A very good answer, I'm sorry. So, you were the champion of Redwood Wololo 3. Do you think you can be champion of Redwood Wololo 6?
That's why I signed up. I think it will be way harder. Well, I mean, the competition was quite hard back in the Red Bull 3 as well. Now we have a few more players like Daniel, Sito, right? Quite solid these days. ACM interest improved a lot, BLS as well. So yeah, it will be definitely harder. But like in the bottom line, you still need to be in like 4 or 5 rounds to get to the finals. And every round will be equally hard like back in the days. Like, I will not play every single player. Like either I will play Viper or Hero. I will not play them both, right? So the path to the finals and winning is more or less the same. If you want to win, you have to beat everybody. And I honestly don't see it happening, but I wouldn't mind it.
Okay, I will be cheering for you. So your group is made from the Viper, Tado, and Jordan. And my question here is it hard knowing that you will compete in the same group versus player on your own clan? Do you practice strategies together, and how hard is it for you or for your clanmates?
Well, like I said, we will go to Berlin and practice each other for 2 weeks. We will obviously share our strategies. Now I will have to hide some, but yeah, the idea is to help each other out. And being in the same group, if I understand correctly, doesn't mean that we will necessarily play against each other.
Okay.
I do believe, if I understand brackets correctly, if I, for example, win both rounds, I will not even play a single GA player.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
groups have been out for perhaps 2 hours now, so it wasn't too clear for me. So thank you for your clearance. But in a more general way, do you not like facing your clanmates, or do you not care about it? And your guys are professionals, and if you have to play versus your clanmates, you do, and whatever.
I mean, it's obviously better when you don't play your teammates. I mean, we have known each other for so long, and obviously we will spend a lot of time practicing each other, and knowing that you will ruin one person's dream that you kind of quite like, or maybe even love, right, Jordan? And it's kind of heartbreaking. I remember, like in Red Bull 5, right, when Jordan did beat me in the group stage, he was kind of happy for himself, shaky for me. It was like, even told me, like, I was about to cry out. I was about to cry. And yeah, it's not that easy. Obviously, when we're on the stage, everybody will go all out. There's no going slower on the teammates. But after that, obviously, will be like, I just destroyed Tato and he is now out of the
Okay, sounds interesting. So how many hours did you put of training in your early days versus Red Bull World 3 that you were champion, and versus now? How many hours, I mean, time is in training?
Well, obviously, before each big event, we practice way harder.
Okay.
Like between events, we are streaming, having more chill games. But like 10 days, 20 days period is when we start to try hard and like try strategies. Well, for Jordan, it's a bit longer. Jordan, as soon as tournament is announced, Jordan is already there grinding with anybody. He goes the schedule. He's like at 7 a.m. he plays SCM. At 10 a.m. he plays Dogao. At 12 he plays Leary, and at evening he plays with us.
Okay,
he's like full try hard.
But
yeah, he really goes hard.
Okay,
but our main practice is basically with each other, where we discuss strategies and get the mindset what is the best approach on each map.
Okay, so just to make it clear, in your early days, I mean like 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, did you train a lot, or was it more just like you didn't train at all? Okay.
No, not at all. The ladder was your training. Like,
okay.
I mean, the prize pool, for example, is you win the tournament, you win $100. It was not motivational. Like, motivation is just like to prove yourself, but
okay,
it was different time, right? It was more chill. I think we didn't even have an idea even to practice each other. It was just like you do it on the ladder. Ladder was maybe even higher value than tournament.
Okay,
like holding the top few spots was quite an amazing deal.
Wow, that's.
And I remember, for example, like Capoch, Chris, and me were holding top 3 spots, and I remember like to now Capoch and me are online looking for the game, and we find each other, and then people are like already like creating like who's going to win. There is no streaming, they're waiting for record games. They see us going down a rapping point to win the game, right?
Okay.
And I remember getting the calls from my friends like, oh, did you beat him, send the record game and such. It was different story, right?
Okay,
that was more important than actually tournaments.
Okay, well, that sounds very interesting, because I was checking esportsearning.com, and I saw your biggest money award in a single tournament was a tournament called, and I didn't know about this, 100k Rise of the Ultimate Championship tournament in USA. So you won 12k by being second to I Am Grant, I think. And my question is, do you have a good memory of tournaments like that one? Were there big difference between a LAN tournament in 2006 and a LAN tournament now?
You know, that was not Age of Empires, right?
I'm sorry?
That was not Age of Empires.
That was not Age of Empires.
No,
okay, so what was it?
It was Rise of Nations. Rise of Nations. It was a new RTS game.
Okay.
And as promotion, they announced 100k tournament, and like, yeah, Wikipedia is maybe wrong about that one. Yeah, that was a different game.
Okay.
But still, like, it was some Age of Empires players, like Grant, right? And it was very nice to meet him. I think that was my first LAN event.
Okay.
So it was quite a nice thing. And I remember, like, for example, maybe it's not Age of Empires, but it's something interesting. Like, I was, again, more chill coming there, like, didn't expect a lot. And, like, you play your games, you practice a little, and let's say normal way. Grant took it on another level. He was full professional. Like, he was 5 hours, like, every time he's in front of PC, he's playing against AI, doing build orders, repeat, doing build order, repeat. Whoa. He did that for like 5 hours and every day like that.
Okay.
So I had no chance in the final just because of that, right?
I
We
see.
took it on another level, on the professional level.
Okay.
Right? Something I was lacking there, and maybe still do some, but yeah, maybe that's the best story how the transition from the amateur to the professional became.
Okay. Yes.
And he realized that himself, right?
Okay, great to know. I was very confused when I saw this tournament, and that's why I wanted to ask you. So thank you for clarifying that. So in that line, what are the coolest events or Age of Empires 2 moments you ever participated?
Well, for me, obviously, the Red Bull 3 will hold quite a big memory in my heart, right? Winning that, like the whole story, like getting to the finals, and before finals, everybody grouping up from GL to support me on TeamSpeak, right? Creating strategies, discussing strategies, like it was heartwarming, right? And then after even delivering and winning and opening the stream, getting all that love support from the viewers, from the teammates, from the whole world, like even the real life friends from like high school and such were sending me messages, like felt like whole world saw it, and was happy for me, and it was really, really something most amazing I experienced.
Great.
And hopefully we repeat that in the Red Bull 6.
Yes, of course. Let's hope so. So yeah, that sounds amazing that in like 22-year career, your proudest moment or one of the best moments in your head is pretty recent, right? So that's actually very, very cool to hear. But yeah, so do you think the biggest tournament in Age of Empires 2 history being Empire Wars, right? So Red Bull Ololo, being played in Empire Wars is good or bad? And do you like the mode? Of course, you are champion, so I guess you are very good at it, no question. But do you think it's good that the biggest tournament in Age of Empires history with such huge prize pool and such a huge recognition is in Empire Wars?
It's a hard question. Personally, I like it because like every tournament got something unique, right? Like when you think about Red Bull, you think about Empire Wars and those fast-paced games and such. When you think about KOTD, it's Arabia. When it's Hidden Cup, it's like Hidden Identity. All those big events got something special. So I like it in that regard. Now the prize pool is maybe slightly higher in the Red Bull than other tournaments, making it maybe more important. And obviously random map is, well, main part of the game. So on that part, maybe it's not the best, but I cannot complain for them throwing so much money, right? And that's a good thing.
Of course.
So I like we have diversity in the tournaments. Like Emperor Wars, random map, different settings. I like that. Okay. And Emperor Wars, think it's more appealing to the viewers, especially new ones. Like, there's not 10 minutes of Dark Age where the casters have to kill the time and such.
Yes.
I think it's really good for Red Bull.
Yeah, I agree. I think for casters, it's easier to cast Empire Wars, right? It starts a little faster. So yeah, good to hear. So did you, this is a completely unrelated question, and this is a personal question for me. Did you ever think of changing to Age of Empires 4 with the big prize pools and big spotlight it got since the release? Did you ever think of grinding in Age of Empires 4, or you like Age of Empires 2 better?
Well, when the game got out, I was quite impressed with AE4. Not gonna lie, I absolutely enjoyed that game. Like, I was demotivated actually to open and play AE2. Like AE4 was so much to learn, so many new stuff, and the game was looking good. Like before that, I was skeptical about AE4. Let's be honest, was looking like it won't be that good game. But first few months, it was absolutely amazing, and then after some time, the balance kicked in. Right, people realized stuff. Everybody played the same things, same openings, same landmarks, and become wall and siege meta. Suddenly it became really stalemate and boring, and people start leaving as well then. It was kind of turn off for myself, I believe IGL members as well. Now the prize pool obviously is amazing there. Right now even higher than AV2. That definitely keep your motivation up, but
yes, it's not enough.
Professional, no, it's not that, but like as a streamer, I would have to choose a path, right? You either take a risky road to AV4 or something I already built for like 5 years of streaming in AV2.
Of course.
And like at first it was scary because AV4 seemed like a better game with actually bright future. But when you see the game was actually slowing down and you kind of stop liking the meta, you kind of learn the whole game in 1 month.
Yes.
You kind of go back to AV2 and happily AV2 community welcome us back, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's very cool to hear. I think there were mixed feelings, right? So at first, perhaps it was different. Then, of course, the meta changes. So, okay, we're coming to the final of the interview. It's already around 20 minutes. So what is an advice that you can give to someone trying to be pro in Age of Empires? So where to start to improve and how to continue doing that to get to a good level like yourself, for example?
I got this question quite a few times. I don't know how to answer. Like, okay. Honestly, I wouldn't advise against it.
Okay.
Like, getting to professional level in Age of Empires 2 will take you a lot of time.
Okay.
And like income is not that impressive compared to time investment, right? But if you love the game, then it's a different story, right? If you're doing what you love, yes. But if you are just here to like get professional, earn the money, well, choose different game.
Okay.
But if you really love the game, well, then you don't even need to rush to be professional. Take your time, learn from your mistakes, watch record games. There's a lot of Twitch streamers now as well where you can actually learn a lot, right? With YouTube content, there's a way for you to find a way to improve. Now, rushing it and thinking you can improve in like a few months and be at top level, not gonna happen. There's like 40 tips now, so many matchups, so many maps, so many everything, right?
Yes.
So much to learn. It will take years.
Okay.
So if you want to be professional, better have a good bank account that can like sustain you for next few years.
But so that was very interesting. I would like to make a follow-up question. Do you feel like all the time you invested in Age of Empires 2 was worth it? Like, would you do it again if you could choose another path?
Well, I did it because I love the game, right? The money came luckily. Like I didn't expect to like earn anything from Age of Empires. I did it because I absolutely love the game, right? I got addicted. Like, I even quit high school maybe at one point. But yeah, I was addicted to the game and I played it because of that. And always was lucky that Age of Empires community had some big sponsors to throw the money for no reason, right? Like there was Tyrant Days, there was the Legion Clan Days and such. So we always had some type of income, and when you live in a bit of the third world country, that's quite a lot when you're a teenager as well. And then now, when I'm in older days, the streaming kick in. Viper actually got me to start streaming, and thank you for that, right?
Of course,
it's been quite happy last 5 years, right?
Okay,
at least for me.
Okay, that's a nice finale. So yeah, please give some final words for your fans that are watching you.
Well, thank you guys for all support, like I already said. Appreciate that. Hopefully we continue that, and hopefully we see each other in Germany in like 1 month, right? In the Heidelberg. Hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, hopefully we see each other there.
Of course.
I'm sure the tickets are sold out, and I think we will have fun there.
Of course. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm very, very happy. I'm going to meet you there. I'm looking very forward.
Oh, you're going as well. Nice.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be official Spanish caster, so I will be there.
Nice.
Yes. Then I will be very happy to meet you. And I'm going to bring a t-shirt. I hope you sign it, okay? So I would like to say it on video, so you cannot say no. Okay.
And I will bring an empty glass. Hopefully you fill it in.
I will. I promise you I will. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much, Daut. I had a blast. Wish you the best of luck in Red Bull Willow 6.
Thank you. See you soon.